On my right, Sizuka, Matsuo, Mami, Naito, Japan.
The winner of this match will reach the final tomorrow. They will be facing either Naoko Fukuman
Rawinda, Prajongjai, Thailand.
and Kurumi Yanao of Japan, or Huang Yakyong and Tang Jinhua of China.
To serve to Rawinda, Prajongjai.
That semi-final tonight,
Double play.
again on this court here in front of us. Yeah, great touch at the net there. Matsuo just taking the pace off. We've seen some incredible women's doubles here this week so far, some really thrilling games.
Service over. 1-0.
Chinese doubles hasn't gone so well this week so far, with women's, men's and mixed doubles pairs losing in earlier rounds and quarterfinals. Perhaps a bit of a shock.
2-1.
And there's been some tension on court between officials and Chinese coaching staff. But certainly nothing wrong with this Japan's pair win over the Chinese in the quarterfinal yesterday. It was a very close first set indeed, 27-25. But I'm sure straight game victories won't trouble these players. I don't think either pair will be particularly tired. Both looking fresh in the warm-up earlier. The error on the forehand defense there. From the tie. Perhaps the unorthodox match catching her by surprise, the cross court. Oh, that drive, catching the net cord, took the pace off and it forced the weak defence. That half-court lift, fairly comfortable for Naito to put away. It's Japan taking a very small early lead at 5-2.
6-2.
And that's two fairly unforced errors from the forehand of Prajongjai. What a great stop drop from Kitty Therakal. Just taking the pace off at the very last second. That deception being the difference. So much power these days in the women's doubles. I noticed all the way through the week there wasn't a great deal of net play from the Chinese in particular. At every opportunity, they would drive and lift, play the longer rallies, flatter game, and be happy to clear and smash.
7-3.
And perhaps that's the difference here. These Thais in particular just using a bit more skill at the net and that deception at the rear court. And it's working for them so far. Great straight smash from Matsuo. Well,
Service over 4-8.
That looked like something of a miss hit for a second there. I thought it clipped the line. The line judge called it in, but it seems it was overruled. Ah, that's great from Thailand. Again, that reverse slice.
5-8.
Just catching Naito, who was forced to lift half court and give her opponents the chance to put it away with ease. Matsuo so early on the net. She read that. She saw that coming. She was in like a shot.
5.
Japan just maintaining that 4-point gap once again. And a couple of errors from the Thai.
Play.
Yes, and Japan looking dominant from attacking positions. You can tell this pair have played together. Their rotation, their movement seems very well organised. They communicate well, it seems, on court. And it's just too much for the Thai pair at the moment. Yeah, there we see it again, that left and right combination of Naito and Matsuo. Moving around each other well, turning defense into attack and really making the most of it. The net kill there from Matsuo again. She really is looking sharp, moving forwards. Oh, great defense from Naito in the middle of that rally. under pressure. A great lift to the back, and it gets Japan back into it, but that cross-court slice, again, it seems the points Thailand are winning are those when they can put a bit of deception into their shots. Naito just too slow to react. That cross-court looked a bit laboured. She left it late. She let her elbow drop and it caused that unforced error. That's what Thailand need to do here, is maintain the attack, the pressure. When Japan are in attacking formation with Matsuo at the front, they really seem to be quite dominant, but if they can push Matsuo back and put some pressure on her, Thailand are in with a chance here. Here we go, Japan back into their favoured formation, and oh, what a great rally. This is better stuff from Thailand. Oh, that's drifted wide. What a shame.
14-8.
Frustration showing on Prajongjai's face there. She's been hitting that slice forehand quite well so far this match. That one just drifting 1 or 2 inches wide.
Service over. 9-14.
And the service error from Matsuo. Can't afford to do that at this level of badminton. And yes, you can see there Naito's strength and power at the back. She's the tallest player on court, and she uses that angle to great effect. Matsuo's smash beforehand, you may notice, was quite flat and lacking the power of Naito, but when Naito's at the back, Japan are in a really dominant position, as I said earlier, and 6-point gap now might just be enough to take this first game. And that's unfortunate for Matsuo. Another great rally, and Thailand maintaining the pressure.
Service over. 10-15.
And forcing the error from the forehand. Her feet were in the wrong position, actually. She wasn't face on to the shuttle at all there, and anything put on her forehand was going to cause problems. It did.
Service over. Service over. 16-10.
Service fault from Kitty Tarokal. I think her racket head was too high. Oh, some confusion from the Japanese, but Thailand didn't take advantage. It was great defense until that point. Japan pair just getting in each other's way at the end there, as you can see. Fortunately for them, the cross-court smash well below the tape. Ah, that's great stuff. Matsuo again moving forward very quickly.
18-10.
But it was Naito with the cross-court drive that set up that winning shot. (18-10), Japan really in front. And likely now to take this opening game. Another forehand slice, drifting wide. It did catch the top of the tape, but if anything, that helped bring it into court. So, an unforced error from Thailand, giving Japan 9-point lead here. Better pressure from Thailand.
11-19.
Drive into the body of Matsuo. I think they really need to attack Matsuo here. Naito seems very comfortable in defense and attack, but it's Matsuo who doesn't seem to quite have the same defensive capabilities as her partner. But she's fantastic at the front of the court when they're in attack formation.
20, game point 11.
That change of pace. Forehand drive into the body and then taking the pace off. It's game point. And again, the lift was weak from Matsuo, and then the defensive forehand drive was too. Great footwork from Naito, and that is the first game to Japan. Shizuka Matsuo race to the Olympics, which has caused a few of the players to pull out, but still many of today's greats have been present here all week. Game 2 getting underway with Matsuo serving. Drive down the middle of the court from Prajongjai, too much for the Japanese pair. It's well left from Naito. Always drifting wide. A misplaced smash there from Naito. Lost them the attack. There's too much angle, causing the lift to get past her partner and Suddenly they were defending. Yeah, that's better. That smash straight on the hip.
2-0.
Of Kitty Sarakal. Unable to defend, unable to keep it in court. That one just drifting long. No issues, no complaints today with the speed of the shuttles. We've seen a few queries here so far this week. Every day, in fact. From many of the European players in particular. Complaining that the shuttle speed is too fast. And it's caused some very short delays to the start of some games. Testing shuttles and finding new ones. But that was the first shot, I think, that drifted long. Perhaps just the fact that it was a new shuttle straight out of the box. They always fly very slightly quicker. First few hits compared to one that's been worn in.
3-0.
It's better from Thailand. Good pressure, and Prajongjai with the straightforward kill at the net. Oh, that wild smash. The first smash was great. She tried to back it up with an even bigger one and just asked for too much, perhaps. And that's 3 or 4 times we've seen Matsuo with the error on the forehand drive or forehand defense. If I were Thailand, I'd certainly be trying to exploit that weakness. Make that number 5. Perhaps the Thailand pair heard me from here. Oh, incredible attacking from both pairs. You can hear the high tension of these strings. Really quite incredible.
5-0.
Great serve from Matsuo.
5.
Caused the uncertainty from Kitty Sarakal. I never like to see players that change their mind either on the return of serve or maybe after a high lift onto the back line. I'd rather see them play it or leave it, but I never understand why they leave it and then try and play it at the very last moment. Very unlikely to be able to play an effective shot from the floor. Oh, that was a great smash from Prajongjai, I think it was. Setting up her partner for the net kill. I thought they'd lost the attack for a moment. It was an amazing return of serve straight into the body of Naito. Oh. But there we are again, when Naito's firing bombs like that from the back of the court and sets up her partner. Yes. Great attack from Japan. Oh, that's better from Matsuo. Just showing us she's not just a front court player. That forehand jump out, straight smash was great to see. And that's one of the things that can happen as a left and right combination. Anything down the mid-court can cause problems. And that miscommunication there from Naito and Matsuo, both of them leaving it. Yes, that was well in. Matsuo was leaving that in hope, I think. But yes, that left-right combination is quite common for pairs to decide. That one will take the drop shots and anything at the front of the court, and the other will take anything high. When both forehands are in the middle or both backhands are in the middle. But we've only seen it the once so far this match, so... And that's great. That drive straight into the face, into the body of Matsuo. Again causing problems. Her defense seems solid on the backhand side, but when she ducks down low and tries to play forehand, it's caused her problems 6 or 7 times so far this match already. And again, that's unlucky. They're going for the lines a little too often, Thailand. Much better so far this game. They seem to be moving more confidently and trying to stay on the attack a bit more, but that drive was somewhat wild. Definitely looks to be a weakness to me, the forehand of Matsuo. anything driven at her forehand or when she's in defense. Far too many errors. And Thailand just showing her.
11-10, play.
Great return of serve from Japan. Apologies there. Which is always nice to see among players, because getting a shuttle into the face, into the body is pretty common, especially in the low flat drives and doubles. Very close quarters net play. Yeah, well left from Matsuo. Nice to see Thailand mixing it up with some powerful smashes and then some slower drop shots. It's certainly causing some problems. But the error on the forehand this time gives Japan a 2-point advantage in this second game. Was that a string or a clash of rackets? I think it was just a clash of rackets.
14-11.
Which can sometimes work in the favour of the pair. Their opposition not knowing which player played the shuttle and so take it quite late. Great return of serve deep into the forehand corner.
12-14.
Again, that fast drive onto the forehand of Matsuo. Too good. Couple of errors from Japan. It's unusual to see Matsuo running around the back this time and Naito taking the front of the court. Perhaps in unknown territory just for a moment, and may have contributed to that error. Oh, that backhand lift just drifting long of the baseline. Just an inch or so, it was well judged. Much better from Matsuo. No problems this time with the forehand. And that fast driving rally. Quite a tough draw the Thai pair have had this week. That half of the draw has seen Malaysians Vivian Karmoon Hu and Kei Wei Woon, albeit Thailand took them in 2 games, 16 and 16 yesterday. And it was Hu and Woon of Malaysia that beat my friends from England, Lauren Smith and Heather Olver, in a thrilling 3-set match here on Thursday. I think any one of those 3 pairs I mentioned could have been in this semi-final. It was Thailand that seemed in the best form.
17-14.
Up until right now, it has to be said, with Japan now a 3-point advantage and dominating themselves again on this match. And now favourites to take the second game and therefore the match. See Matsuo much better, much more comfortable on the backhand in defence, getting a very good length. And sometimes that's all it takes. Keep your opponents moving, keep them playing shots, and occasionally they will make the error themselves, which sadly happened for Thailand in that last rally. And another example, good defense from Japan. Naito just driving one back and giving themselves a chance to attack, but all Japan did then really was keep the rally going. Thailand in a bit of trouble trying to force a winner, and again the unforced error. Oh, that was great from Matsuo. A fine moment in the match to find a short spell of form.
20, match point 14.
That third shot was great on the forehand and set up the smash and match point. And it just takes one chance. The error on the return of serve from Thailand, and that gives Japan a berth in tomorrow's final. It's Shizuka Matsuo and Mami Naito progressing through to the final tomorrow. They might end up facing teammates from Japan. We'll see later on today. Just confirmation there of that semi-final result. Matsuo and Naito winning 21-12, 21-14 over Jongkolphan.